It's all Mopar power on the front row here at Jukasa Motor Speedway for the first oval track event of the year for the NASCAR Pinty Series. The True North, strong and fast, ready for 200 laps of racing action.
Last time out at the twists and turns of the old Mosport facility, the boys of summer were bumping and grinding it out. Kevin Lacroix raced his way to the win. This week, though, the Tour rolls into Jukasa for what should be a big show. Canada's top late model racers are on a quest for the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series Championship. This is the True North, strong and fast. And welcome to Nels Corners, Ontario for the second race of the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series. We're at Jukasa Motor Speedway for the APC 200. I'm Dave Bradley, along with Adam Ross and Todd Lewis. We're both trackside. Adam will join us momentarily. And Alex Nagy and his Jukasa staff really do have the crown jewel of racing here. It's been redesigned and rebuilt over the years, but one thing's for sure, it is a fast and racy 5/8 of a mile oval. And with one race under our belts, Kevin Lacroix enjoys just a slim 5-point lead over Roxton Pond, Quebec native Andrew Ranger. With 3 of the top 10 in our points race, not here, there will be a significant shuffling at the deck after 200 laps. Well, Andrew Ranger came out of the gate strong in E3 Spark Plugs qualifying as he captured his 24th career pole. The 32-year-old veteran circled Jukasa at a time of just over 19 seconds. It's an average speed of a little bit more than 118 miles an hour. Now let's send it down to Adam with today's command.
Sports and Motorsports. We welcome once again from APC, Luke Ramsey.
Drivers, start your engines.
Luke Ramsey from APC Auto Parts Stores with the command as 18 NASCAR Pinty Series late models get their engines roaring here on the front straightaway. As Todd mentioned, both Kennington cars on the front row. The 27 car wasn't fast all day, but that Mopar crew got things turned around when it counted. Pete Shepard back in the familiar number 7 for this year. He has 31 career starts. Speaking of career starts, Jason White with 96, looking for 100 this year. The Mopar starting grid, we'll take a look at it as the field rolls off, and we'll also welcome Adam back to the booth, but your front row, Andrew Ranger and DJ Kennington.
To row number 2, Pete Shepard in the 7, Donald Teach comfortable back on an oval in the 24. Row 3, Alex Tagliani in the 18, and a great qualifying run for Julia Landauer in the 28.
Taking a look back to row number 4, that's where we find the 46 of Brad Taylor, Anthony Simoni behind the wheel of the 1. Row 5 has Alex LeBay in the 36, Marc-Antoine Cameron in the 22.
Surprisingly, outside of the top 10 are Kevin Lacroix in the 74, the 47 of LP Dumoulin. Row 7, Jason Hathaway in the 3, Mark Dilley in the 64.
Row number 8, as we take a look at it, Chantel Kalika from out west in the 43. Jason White, another Western driver, in the 21. Brandon White behind the wheel of the 04, and TJ Rinomato is in the 02, and that is your starting lineup for the APC 200.
And Dave, TJ Rinomato recently announced he's going to run for Justin's Rookie of the Year this season.
And Adam will take a look at your E3 Spark Plugs race analysis. 200 laps the distance, a perfect day for a race, and a live pit stop race today. Let's send it down to pit lane for Todd.
Guys, a good call by the 36 team. They were going to the back because of an after-qualifying change. Regardless, they had a problem with a brake pad. They wanted to make a handling adjustment, stopped on the pace lap, spring rubber went in on the left rear. Now they're set to go from their regular starting spot at the back. Look for them to be charging toward the front.
Alex LeBay looking for better result than he had at CTMP, Dave, and this type of oval could be just what that driver needs.
Very comfortable behind the wheel at a place like Jukasa Motor Speedway, but the pace truck is pulling off. We're ready to go racing again. 200 laps the distance, a pair of DJK cars here on the front row. DJ Kennington to the inside. Andrew Ranger has selected the outside as we go green. We're racing here at Jukasa.
I wonder how much of Andrew Ranger's decision was wanting to be on the outside versus team orders. Because if you start on the pole from the outside, it's much easier for the inside pole sitter, your teammate, to let you go drop in front than if you start on the inside, because you don't want to drop in front to the outside, Dave.
That's true, and you're not going to lose many positions either if you sort of hold the field back and let the leader go by on the outside. Although, we can say the driver of that Mopar Dodge is very, very comfortable up on the outside.
Well, and as I said, that DJ Kennington was looking to make a pass, it looked like, on lap number 1, so that would blow my theory out of the water, as the two of them have a few car lengths lead over Pete Shepard.
Remember, DJ Kennington, the driver of the Castrol Edge Dodge, he picked up a win in the fall race here last year. Looking for the lead is DJ Kennington to the inside in turn 1 and 2. Andrew Ranger will back off. He'll let the boss go.
What a great speed shot on the back straightaway. And there we have a good look at Julia Landauer in the 1:11.28, putting the pressure on Pete Shepard III for the 3rd position.
Now Shepard in the National Exhaust number 7. He was pretty confident going into this race. After practice, they worked on the car, got it a little bit better, but Shepard has always been very, very good on ovals in the NASCAR Pinty Series. He does have 5 wins over the course of his career.
Well, and we spoke about this last week, David. Is still a big story, but the General Tire that they're racing on is brand new to these drivers and crew chiefs, so I don't know that anyone's really sure what the tire's going to do over the course of 200 laps, as Landauer really making her presence felt. She's also getting pressured from behind.
Maybe a little bump, too, from Donald Teach in the 24 as the 28 got a little bit loose, but managed to hang on to it. Good battle there between the 18. Oh, another loose race car is the 46 of Brett Taylor. The wing and a Dodge.
Brett Taylor's got to be a little bit excited. This is as fast as I have ever seen him. It's early in the race. Everybody is pretty even on new tires. And when you're looking to make a pass on Alex Tagliani, I know he's not a rookie anymore, but he's still a young racer, and his emotions are probably pretty high because he's excited to be this fast.
It's a battle for 8th position. Jason Hathaway and Cameron along with Kevin Lacroix as they go nose to tail. You can see the entire field pretty much nose to tail behind the leaders.
Well, Kevin Lacroix, as well as LP Dumoulin, practice in the top 5. They were very fast in practice, so I was shocked when they failed to qualify inside the top 10 of this field. You know Kevin Lacroix is itching to work his way to the front.
Well, during the E3 Sparkplugs pole qualifying, both those drivers very, very loose on the racetrack. And so maybe they're hoping the cars will change over the course of a long 200-lap race.
Tight trio, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Shepard in the 7, Landauer in the 28 as we got to move deeper in the top 10. That's Brett Taylor to the inside of Tagliani.
Battle for 6th spot. Taylor will go ahead of the Rona EpiPen Chevrolet of Tagliani. And we should mention, too, that 46 by Brett Taylor is a brand new car for him this year, built out of the White Motorsports shop. So it is a good, fast car. It's the same one as both Andrew Ranger and DJ Kennington are piloting here today.
Oh, Donald Teach looking to the inside. We need to explain to the viewers, quite often on a short track, if you get your nose to the inside of someone, you're going to make that pass. Here at Jukasa Motor Speedway, it is so fast and such a high-speed track with such sweeping corners. It's hard to get the power down on the inside, so you can get your nose to the bottom, but often the driver on the outside is the one making the smoother acceleration, get on the throttle quicker, and maintain the advantage.
You can see the top 2 now opening up a gap on the rest of the field. Both the top 2 drivers have their left sides pasted on that white line down around the bottom. Pete Shepard holding on to 3rd in the National Exhaust number 7. Julia Landauer, though, is giving him some fits.
How's that for parity? You've got a Ford, a Dodge, and a Chevrolet nose to tail down the straightaway. Tough for any of them to get an advantage, but Donald Teach, you can see his patience is wearing thin.
Just ahead in the 28 is Julia Landauer. She will make 4 starts here in 2019 in the NASCAR Pinty Series, and some smoke. Was that from the 7 or was that from the 28?
I'm not sure. I definitely saw the smoke that you're talking about.
Have another look as they exit. May have been a tire rub because it looked like it was on corner entry when everything sort of settles down and hunkers down, but no smoke now, which is good news for both Pete Shepard and Julia Landauer.
I really like the Twitter handle across the rear spoiler of Landauer's car. That's a neat idea.
That's a battle for 14th spot as your defending series champion in the WeatherTech Dodge LP Dumoulin moves around to 21 of Jason White, who's racing this season to celebrate the life of his good friend Adam Chewy McCall, who passed away recently.
Yeah, it was a shock. I know I saw on social media, and Jason White very affected by that. A neat tribute that he's giving. And wow, there we have a look at Julia Landauer. What would have caused that smoke as she tagged the wall coming off the corner?
These cars carry so much speed off the corners as we see a battle for 8th spot between Kevin Lacroix, the bumper-to-bumper Total number 74, and the Kubota number 3. The Team 3 Orange of Jason Hathaway, new name for that race team this year. Oh, and we got problems. It's the 43 of Chantal Kalika. Goes around. That is in turn number 4. Caution is out for the first time here in the APC 200.
How's this for a statistic? Our two female competitors, Julia Landauer, the 28, Chantal Kalika, and the 43, each have 3 starts with exactly the same finishing average of 14.33, Dave.
That is pretty amazing, but it's pit stop time here, and Todd is in pit lane. Todd?
All 3 of the 22 racing team cars along pit road. Fuel and a handling adjustment for Alex Tagliani. Quick splash of fuel for the 24, and a little fuel and some adjustment work on the 22 as well.
And that's typical of what we'll see here at Jukasa. They'll take fuel as soon as they think they can go the distance and wait for those tires.
The early leader in this one is DJ Kennington. We'll be back on TSN. The second round of the NASCAR Pinty Series on TSN is brought to you by Pinty's, making great food fun. By Mopar, we built it, we know it. And by Leland Industries, a proud Canadian fastener company. Welcome back. I'm Dave Bradley, along with Adam Ross and Todd Lewis's trackside. Back to green here on lap 30 of the APC 200.
Great launch for DJ Kennington. You know, you mentioned Leland, one of the sponsors presenting this race. So good to see Byron Nelson at the racetrack. You know, once in a while I stop and think how many miles he must fly and travel to come watch these races, and what a great supporter of racers and of racing in general.
There you see the nose of the Ford Fusion of Mark Dilley running the Leland Industries colors here in 2019, making an attempt at a full season for the first time in a long time behind the wheel of a familiar number 64.
Look at Julia Landauer up on the outside, working hard with Andrew Ranger. A little bit of contact. All 3 of those cars prepared out of the DJK Racing stables. And boy, oh boy, Julia Landauer is not intimidated one bit by multi-time champion Andrew Ranger working the inside groove. She's going to clear him.
Interesting news, series-wise, Adam. Jim Bray tells us he'll be fielding a car for 15-year-old Trayton Lapsevich for future NASCAR Pinty Series events.
Pass is being made now on the inside as Donald Teach goes by Mark Dilley, and now Jason Hathaway in that 3 machine to the inside as well of the number 64 Ford.
Battle for 8th spot. Hathaway still trying to work his way up from a deep in the pack starting spot. That team was a little bit surprised to see themselves mired back in the pack, but Jason Hathaway, not known as a good qualifier, generally a very good racer. On board with LP Dooley, sawing the wheel in the WeatherTech.ca number 47, still working underneath the 64 of Mark Dilley as they make a little contact, headed down the back straightaway.
I still get mesmerized when we go on board with those cameras, watching the hands, listening to the throttle control. You've got to be super smooth here at Jukasa in order to be fast.
just up ahead of this battle. You can see the 24, Donald Teach, the 74 of Kevin Lacroix. They're battling side by side for 6th spot. And here comes Tagliani.
Tag with a great run out of turn 2. Mark Dilley, that is a slow train to the back of the field when you're hung up on the outside. Donald Teach has cleared the 74 of Kevin Lacroix. He'll set his sights on Anthony Simone in the Silverline Tools #1.
Brett Tingler, the 46, the Wing It Dodge, is now alongside the 64. And as you mentioned, Dilley unable to get things going up in that high lane, and it looks like a train is lining up on the inside. Jason White is one of those cars.
Alex LeBay right in front of him, not yet showing the speed today that we expected out of that 36 machine, but Jason White, he's looking pretty racy.
Yeah, the Silver Wax Ford Fusion having a little bit of trouble, but Alex LeBay is too good of a driver to be stuck at the back of the pack for too long. He'll get it.
Jason White clears Mark Dilley. Just behind them is the 22 machine of Marc-Antoine Cameron. As we ride on board with Dilley, you look at that big arrow with the black F. That's his brake bias adjuster. Mark Dilley's been racing for decades. They still put tape there to show him if you turn to the right, you're cranking front brake into the car. Turn to the left, you're cranking rear brake into the car.
And you know, so the driver really doesn't have to think. They just react, they look, they quickly do it, and are able to make those changes on the fly as we ride on board the 24 of Donald Teach in the Circuit Acura Chevrolet.
No messages on the dashboard of Teach's car because, Dave, he knows all he wants to do today is not finish second. In 3 races he's run here at Jukasa, he's finished second twice. He's had victory stolen from him by Caden Lapsevich. He does not want the runner-up spot. He is here today to win.
Takes over 5th spot from the Silverline Tools #1 of Anthony Simone. Kevin Lacroix in the bumper-to-bumper 74 in that battle as well. But you mentioned it, Donald Teach is so comfortable at a place like Jukasa Motor Speedway.
The field sort of running in line here, clicking away laps, drivers waiting for fresh tires. You're watching NASCAR on TSN.
Welcome back to the APC 200, your 2018 NASCAR Pinty Series champion, LP Dumoulin, now challenging Anthony Simone in the 1 for 7th position, all the way down on the apron.
Well, Anthony Simone had a little bit to do with LP driving all the way down on the apron. It looked like either he didn't want LP there or didn't know he was coming up on the inside. LP drives to the bottom to avoid contact as we ride on board Simone's #1. You know, these onboard cameras really do tell you what beautiful work Jerry Montour and Kenny Hill have overseen polishing the crown jewel to the state that it's in here this weekend, Dave. This is a first-class racing surface.
Yeah, the Slack family would be proud indeed. Todd standing by on pit road with the 04 who's making a stop. Todd?
Yeah, guys, it's a bit of a tough return to the series for Brandon White. They've been battling some gremlins with this car since the start of practice. They've got it up on jack stands now, and it looks like Brandon White might be coming out of that car a bit early. Told me earlier he is hoping he can be back in the series and also make the journey out west.
You know, Brandon White, I'm sure, will be disappointed today, Dave, but in the grand scheme of things, so amazing to see him back at the racetrack. He had a battle with cancer, which he bravely shared on social media. He's lost a lot of weight, but some of that has been him getting in phenomenal shape with an exercise routine and doing what he can to raise awareness for early detection.
And that's what he's going to be doing in all the stops in the NASCAR Pinty Series. As many stops he can make here in 2019, as we see now a dice for 3rd spot between Pete Shepard and Andrew Ranger. Ranger has slid back now from that battle with the 28 of Julian Landauer. Shepard in the 4 pokes the nose underneath.
So the general tires, they lose a little bit of speed after they're brand new, Dave, but we're really not seeing a drastic fall off beyond the initial.
And it's funny, I talked to the 22 of Marc-Antoine Cameron, and I asked that question. I said, how much different are they from last year's notes? What can you do? And he says they're really not too bad. They're not as different as the road course tires were, because the road course, they had no idea. With these ones, at least they have a general starting point.
What I'm hearing from the drivers, Dave, is the sidewalls are different on these tires, so it gives them a very different feeling with the lateral grip they get in these cars. As Shepard to the inside, trying to break up that DJ Kennington domination, having the first 3 spots on the grid. Pete Shepard battling with Andrew Ranger.
Well, you know, it's funny, we mentioned Pete Shepard, the car just ahead of him, the 28. Julia Landauer is driving a former Pete Shepard car. Shepard has driven that one to victories here in the NASCAR Pinty Series. Stepped out of a driving role for several years. Julia Landauer is behind the controls.
And now we look at Alex Labbe on the inside of Mark Dilley. This is a battle for 13th position.
There's a car around on the inside. Brett Taylor on the apron as that battle went past. Caution flag flies for the second time here today.
Doesn't look like Taylor made contact with anything. He'll get that car pointed in the right direction. I believe he has lost a lap, though. Let's have another look. Taylor might have been heading for the pits down on the apron.
Yeah, possibly issues with the wing and dodge. But now pit stops for your leaders. Todd?
17 car hits pit road perfectly. Fuel going in the left rear. DJ telling the team it's just a little bit loose. Little handling adjustment to the 27 car as well as fuel to send them the rest of the way.
It's clear, but it's pretty tight on pit lane. Despite the size of this track, we have a new race leader, Julia Landauer, the 28. Welcome back to the NASCAR Pinty Series on TSN. Alex Labbe presently on pit road as we go back to green here in the APC 200.
Yeah, not the way Alex Labbe wanted to start this season. Problems in the opening round of CTMP. Problems again here today. We are back under green.
You're right, Adam. The 36 team struggled a little bit in qualifying. They hope to make some changes that would affect the car, but it's off the pace. Todd?
Guys, as we get set to go back to green, problems continue for the 36. A shock on the left front. The old one is already off. They're trying to replace it, send Alex Labbe back out, but boy, oh boy, is he going laps down.
And the Jacobs Racing team in that silver wax 36, 3 wide, and contact as Tagliani gets shoved up into the outside lane.
Shoved to the outside. Kevin Lacroix had it 3 wide, and he actually backed out of it in the middle, or that could have been quite the situation. Let's stay tuned and see what develops from that, Dave.
The Kubota number 3 of Jason Hathaway underneath the Mopar number 27 of Andrew Ranger. Quickly, the nose of Alex Labbe back out on track, although he is 4 laps down. He's got his work to do.
Yeah, that's a tough one to overcome. On a long oval like this, you'll get cautions where you might be able to make your lap back, but it's tough to make 4 of them back on a 5/8 mile oval.
It's not a surprise to see the Circuit Acura number 24 of Donald Teague up at the front of the field here. We mentioned how strong he's been in years past. But he has to hold off a heavy hitter in the 17 of DJ Kennington. As we mentioned, he won in the fall race.
Andrew Ranger working the inside groove. Strange things happening at Jukasa class of this race. Ranger making passes on the inside. Hathaway going to go through as well on the bottom, so LP Dumoulin loses 2 spots in a lap and a half.
Now put Hathaway up into 5th spot in the Kubota Chevrolet. The WeatherTech Dacia number 47 of LP Dumoulin drops back 1 spot. On board with the number 1 quickly of Anthony Savoni. Should mention that the crew chief on the 21 car just in behind that battle for Jason White is Larry Jackson, a name we've heard in the NASCAR Pinty series behind the wheel.
I've got to think the soothing tone of Larry Jackson on the radio has been a huge help to Jason White in a good run. Let's go pitch side. Todd Lewis is with Brandon White.
Brandon, we're sorry to see you get out of the car early, but we are really happy to see you back here today. What put you out?
It's great to be here. Having trouble with the rear end, something going on in the rear end here. The gear broke, or dry shaft problem, but it's glad to be here. And the car's in one piece, and we'll come back out west and do my best again. See you soon.
He's just excited to be at the racetrack, and we're glad to see Brandon White, and we will see him soon as Pete Shepard takes away 2nd spot. The National Exhaust Ford is turning it up.
And to go back to Brandon White, you can just feel the positive energy off of him. Just a lot of enthusiasm. I look forward to him making the trip west as well.
You can see the 7 is not able to hold it down quite as tight to the white line as he once was, so the General Tire starting to wear a little bit more as Kevin Lacroix marches up through the field of bumper to bumper. Total number 74 up into 6th spot.
And we're still shy of the halfway point of this race, Dave, so these cars are going to go through more transitions in terms of handling as they burn the fuel out of them. There's still a lot of racing and a lot of strategy yet to come.
Look at the gap. It's almost 2 seconds now between your race leader, Donald Teague, in the 24, and that man, the 7 of Pete Shepard.
Watching Shepard's line, DJ Kennington right behind him. There's a lot of different...
Caution
we're
is
under yellow problems in turn number 4.
Chantel Kalika once again, turn 4, steps out and bites the driver from Saskatchewan for a 2nd time. The 43 goes around here on lap 96.
And when she was trying to get righted, she almost got in the path of Donald Teague, the race leader. You can see her way up in the light gray there in turn 4. You get into the loose stuff, and it is hard to hang on to the car.
And this gives an opportunity for the leaders to head down for service. Todd?
24 team jumps over to change right side tires on this stop. 2 fresh Generals there. The 17 car, which led early, is having left side rubber installed this time. A maximum 2 tires per stop. They'll circulate once more and then come back for the other 2.
Looks like Donald Teague will win the race off pit road. But one driver did stay out. London, Ontario's Pete Shepard is your race leader here in the APC 200. Welcome back to race number 2 of the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series Championship. We're at Jukasa Motor Speedway for the APC 200. London, Ontario's Pete Shepard with the lead. He'll restart up on the outside. That's been a familiar scene here today. I don't think one restart has featured the leader on the inside.
No, I think you're right, Dave. And watching the way they came to the green, traction is an issue on these restarts. They all lit the tires up and were squirrely down the front stretch.
And we'll take you through the pit stops. We should tell you the 17 and 27 have not taken their right side tires. The 7 has taken no tires, and the 74 of Kevin Lacroix is also not taking his full complement of tires.
And he just about ripped the camera off the back bumper of Hathaway's car, swinging to the inside. DJ Kennington gonna follow the 74 round on the bottom. 3 dodges in a row on the inside. The Kubota Chevy of Hathaway on the outside.
The 27, we got the 17 inside and 27 on the bottom. One more coming. Right on the bottom there behind the 27. Stick with it here, you got a hole behind the 27. All good there, all good. Clear by 1.5 out back.
Jeff Gutler, the spotter for number 3, Jason Hathaway. He's busy today. I mean, there's a lot of racing room out there, but cars are tight together.
Look at the move, Jason White on Hathaway. White drives it deep into turn 3, slides up the racetrack, and then he'll complete the pass.
Another one coming inside. The engine's cut out. 10-4. Another one coming inside. Another one coming. 18 on the inside. Be ready with that battery here, boys.
Hathaway off the pace. You heard him mention the engine is cutting out. They have problems on the Kubota Chevy.
And Craig Masters was the voice you heard saying, get the battery ready, boys. It's funny, we hear so much with the spotters, you don't hear a lot of driver or crew chief. Like Craig Masters says very little on the radio.
Very quickly, you saw the 27 of Andrew Ranger pick up third spot around his teammate, the 17 of DJ Kennington. Just in behind, a battle for fifth between Teej and Jason White.
Jason White up on the outside, Teej, and that number 24 on the bottom, Julia Landau, waiting to make up her mind which way she wants to go. She'll head to the inside.
Looks like she'll stick to the inside of the 21 of Jason White. Anthony Simone in the Silverline Tools number 1, not too far behind. But driver having troubles is the driver of the 3. Todd, what's up?
Guys, they're not sure exactly what the problem is on that 3 car. Craig Masters, the crew chief, saying they're not sure. They believe they have a miss in the engine somewhere, but they're not sure what it is. Jason Hathaway is going to hang in, but I don't know for how long.
That's a shame for Jason Hathaway. There's a huge crowd of people from Kubota here this afternoon to support their driver.
Yeah, it's good to see Kubota getting really involved in the NASCAR Pinty Series as we have caution on the track.
Caution brought out by Jason Hathaway, the driver of that 3 machine.
So Hathaway goes around and he avoids going a lap down. So the driver who needed a caution gets one, but it is that driver who draws it. We'll have another look.
Huh. He just lost it going into the corner with nobody really that close to him.
Looks like he just looped it.
Just lost it.
But they'll take a look under the hood, and this is an opportunity for them to try and diagnose that issue. Another driver down pit lane is the driver of the 1, Anthony Simone.
Now Kevin Lacroix taking on some General Tires. Left side's going on the bumper-to-bumper, number 74.
Hoods off the Kubota Chevy as work continues on Jason Hathaway, your leader, still Shepard. Welcome back to the NASCAR Pinty Series here on TSN. I'm Dave Bradley along with Adam Ross in the booth. Todd Lewis is patrolling the pits, getting set for the restart here at the line. It'll be lap 120 of 200 scheduled here for the APC 200.
Pete Shepard with a great launch for that outside groove into turn 1.
Clear. Clear half. Clear half. One slow one on the bottom. Clear him. Clear, clear, clear. Clear half.
That's his future brother-in-law, Jeff Walt, on the radio as the spotter for Pete Shepard. And keeping the 7 National Exhaust Ford in the lead. But you see the field fanning out. And behind him, we got problems. Landauer touches with the 24 of Donald Teej. How did they stay straight?
Landauer got out of shape last lap off of turn number 4. 2 cars got sideways as well. Not sure what's going on out there, but everybody having grip issues.
Tagliani leaning on the 21 of Jason White off of turn number 4. And now White will power around on the outside.
And we've got
Anthony Simone there too.
We've got a battle for the lead.
We sure do, with Andrew Ranger tucking a nose to the inside. Here comes the Mopar Dodge. They make a little contact into turn number 1.
Pete Shepard trying to hold Andrew Ranger down the bottom.
Clear. Clear half to the 17.
So what Jeff Walt was doing there, because Pete Shepard could see what Ranger was doing, Jeff Walt's basically telling Pete, if you want to drop in, you can. You've got room before the 17 gets there. So he's kind of planning the next move for Pete Shepard, while Shepard's still navigating this move.
Still there. Clear 1 back to the 2-4. Clear half. Still inside now. Inside. 2-4 inside. 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 That's your bumper. Still there. Still there. Clear. 28 looking inside. Inside is your door. These guys have all taken tires. Set. Just get tucked in behind her and let's go. There you go.
See, and that's smart. It's also coaching, and we got a car around. Jason White in a cloud of smoke up in turn number 4.
A little bit of help from LP Dumoulin, the WeatherTech 47. That will bring out a yellow flag.
And we'll get another opportunity to see what happens.
Look at Dumoulin's right hand. He's adjusting on the brake adjuster. Makes a little bit of contact with Jason White. I think that was mutual there, Dave, as Pete Shepard on pit road taking tires. But the reason you make that adjustment is it'll stabilize the car under heavy braking into the turn.
Shepard finally getting his new General tires. We'll be back. The driver from Roxton Pond, Quebec, is your race leader. Andrew Ranger in the 27 will restart up on the outside once again. He has DJ Kennington starting alongside as we come back to the green here on lap 136.
Huge restart by Andrew Ranger, getting a great jump from the outside lane down in front of teammate DJ Kennington.
Another DJK car, the 28 of Julia Landauer, hanging in third. New crew chief for her this year, Doug Devine, out of the DJK Racing crew. He's been with the series for years.
Longtime crew member, a new crew chief as Pete Shepard thinks of making it 3 wide. Battle for the lead.
You can see DJ Kennington looking underneath. Andrew Ranger happily up on the outside, but Kennington able to carry a lot of speed down to the inside. Still, it's Ranger with the momentum up on the outside.
Julia Landauer keeping up with that melee, and right behind them, Donald Teach in the 24, Kevin Lacroix in the 74, battling for 4th.
You know what? Keep an eye on that 74 of Kevin Lacroix. Don Thompson Jr., his crew chief, very, very smart when it comes to strategy. And it looks like strategy has put him back up inside the top 5.
And remember, Pete Shepard's got fresh tires on that number 7. He's looking to break into the top 5 as well.
And Shepard saw exactly what happens when other cars with brand new tires get in behind you. They're able to go around very, very quickly. Here he ducks underneath the 74 of Kevin Lacroix, last year's winner at this event.
Look at him able to hug that white line and get back to the throttle. That's that magic combination. It's hard to do here. Jukasa made a little bit easier with fresh General tires.
Right on board Lacroix, you can see the 24 just up ahead. Donald Teach has managed to steal away. Third spot from the one lap number 28 of Julia Landauer. Now Shepard is closing the gap very quickly. Look at how well he's able to roll the inside through the middle portion of the corner.
And you can make up so much ground there. Just a little bit of a wiggle, but he still out-accelerates Kevin Lacroix off the turn down the front straightaway.
Kevin Lacroix showing a lot of maturity. The end of last year into the start of this year as well, and you can see he's just back. Oh, and big hit for the 28 of Julia Landauer here on the front straightaway wall.
That was heavy impact. The car slides up the racetrack. Lacroix to the inside. Dumoulin to the inside.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if a tire didn't go down. Have another look at what happened. Ooh.
You know, you get up out of the groove there, and quite often the best way to keep the car rotating is hard on the throttle, as we got problems on the 24 Donald Teach as well.
Teach was up inside the top 3. Now he is off the pace as the field goes by. Todd, what's going on with the 24?
Yeah, they are trying to diagnose via the radio what is going on with that 24. Initially, perhaps thought it was a flat. Now they're saying it's not running right. Greg Gibson talking to Donald Teach, trying to decide if they will make a stop under green.
Andrew Ranger all by himself out front in the Mopar number 27, and I can't imagine that's a very calm conversation with Donald Teach right now.
No, Greg Gibson, a former championship crew chief in the NASCAR Pinty series. He is a man to try and diagnose that from a remote location without seeing what's going on. So no doubt trying to make the fix very quickly if possible. Second place on the racetrack, the Castrol Edge Dodge of DJ Kennington, having another solid outing here at Jukasa Motor Speedway.
Look at the line they're choosing to run, where we were watching Pete Shepard hug that white line around the bottom. These drivers with the right side tires they started the race on, they're running about 3 lanes off the racetrack. Pete Shepard goes into the corner. He's about half a lane off the white on the bottom.
So is Kevin Lacroix, who's sitting in 4th spot. And how about last year's champion? These are two drivers, the 74 and the 47. Big question marks after qualifying. They qualified deep in the field. Now look at them. They're up battling for top 5 as the one of Anthony Simone off the pace and down pit lane.
Yeah, problems for Simone as he's down on the apron, heads at the pit lane. He's under power.
The back end of that, you can see the wheel hanging out. The outside the 1 and the 22 are battling for 7th. And that's a big hit for the silver line, number 1.
With the speeds they carry, what a great shot from the speed camera. You break the track arm on the back end of that car. There's nothing to keep the rear end located. Anthony Simone climbing over to the wall. Not a good day.
No, he knows his day is going to be done early, as we can see the 24 of Donald Teach. Maybe they did fix it on the fly. He didn't come down pit lane, but he's back up to speed now, battling with the Leland 64 of Mark Dilley. And that is for 8th place on the track. So he really didn't lose too many positions. He lost a lot of ground, but not too many positions.
No, that's for sure, Dave. As we look at the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now, they're not really making a ton of ground on DJ Kennington, but they're having a heck of a battle. They are all going to come together, and it'll be a 4-car battle for 2nd.
Thought I saw a puff of smoke from the bumper to bumper, number 74 of Kevin Lacroix. And there, look, DJ Kennington up against the wall as the driver who was in 2nd in the Castrol Edge Dodge is the reason for another caution with 15 laps to go.
You didn't hear anything blow out. Nice job by DJ Kennington avoiding the wall. They'll head down to pit lane, take on tires, and you can see the right front definitely was flat coming off the Castrol number 17.
There's under 10 laps to go here in the APC 200. The number 27 Mopar Dodge of Andrew Ranger leads the APC 200 here at Jukasa Motor Speedway.
Ranger's been getting phenomenal restarts on the outside. This one no different, as he will lead the way into 1, but he drives it in deep, and oh, trouble.
Chantel Kalika and the 28 of Julia Landauer. Caution is out. Landauer in the wall in turn number 1.
Looks like Chantel Kalika will probably be able, she'll drive away from the accident. Not sure if Julia Landauer is going to be so fortunate, Dave. Let's have a look. Going down into turn number 1 will slow things down. Wow.
Ooh, just from the bottom right up to the outside, and they make contact.
Not the way she wants to end her day, as you see that 28 machine slide backwards into the wall. She raced amongst the leaders. She led a lap in this event. Not the way she wanted to finish. She's with Todd right now.
Julia, looked like you were on your way to a solid day, but then you started to fade back a little bit, but tough break here right near the end.
Well, the 7 car was, like, he was on the inside and not letting me by, and he had old tires on. We had new tires on and just put me right in the wall. So that sent us back a little bit, and I don't know what the 43 was thinking. I was on the high side, and somehow she just went way over her head and dumped me. So it's so unfortunate because this car was a rocket ship. Like, DJK Racing put together an awesome machine. It was really fun to race up front, and I'm just disappointed with the other drivers. I feel like, you know, now I know how they expect me to race them. So disappointing day and to a really good weekend overall.
See you in Toronto.
Thanks.
And Julia Landauer will get luck in this series. She will get finishes after runs like that.
When you drive the bus, Dave, you take matters into your own hand.
You do too. Well, we're setting up for a green-white checkered here in the APC 200. Andrew Ranger now with Pete Shepard restarting alongside. Green flag is up and we're back underway at Jukasa.
For the first time, we see him start on the inside, and boy, does it pay off. He leads down into turn one.
We'll get
Here
inside,
comes Kevin Lacroix.
Inside now, inside at your corner. Inside.
Andrew's spotter Joe Chisholm Jr. indicating that Kevin Lacroix is coming and plugging the inside hole. White flag is up. One more left to go.
For the second race in a row, it's Ranger and Lacroix battling for the lead, with third place having a fantastic shot at a win.
Ranger doesn't mind being up there, but can he hold off the challenge from the 74? They finished 1-2 at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, and Andrew Ranger. Ranger takes the Mopar winning moment here in the APC 200 at Jukasa. We'll be back to talk to him. His 25th win. Welcome back to Jukasa Motor Speedway. Andrew Ranger, the winner here in the APC 200.
What a battle with Kevin Lacroix for the second consecutive race. They fought hard, they fought clean. Ranger with the win.
Smile on his face. Andrew Ranger waves the checkered flag, celebrating his victory here at Jukasa Motor Speedway. On the pole for the second straight year. And now he comes up with another victory. You rode the high line at Chaudière a year ago. You were outside a lot of this one as well, on your way to victory.
I'm so happy. I want to thank all my crew, Mopar Motorsport, DJ Kellington, my girlfriend, my father-in-law, mother-in-law are here today. So it's been awesome, very happy. Yeah, try the high line again, it'll work. And I was trying to save my stuff, and with those yellow flag at the end, it made me nervous, you know, and I didn't want to miss my restart, and I know Pete tried to make me on the inside right there, and so the last restart I decided to go on the bottom, and it worked. So very proud of my team, John Carmelli, my boss, and everybody of NASCAR. Thanks the fans, thanks everybody. See you next race.
Andrew Ranger, now the points leader after a victory here at Jukasa.
So he inches back into it as we take a look at the top 10 here in the finishing order at the APC 200. LP Dumoulin 4th and Marc-Antoine Cameron 6th.
Mark Dilley with a 7th place run. He wasn't much of a factor today, but a solid 7th place.
Kevin Lacroix comes up with another solid finish here at Jukasa. This is one you had to kind of work your way through the entire race to get the result you were looking for.
Well, yeah, I think our bumper-to-bumper car was really fast. We had some tough luck on restart sometimes, so it put us back at the back. But yeah, the car was really good. I was really looking forward to the end of the race and going up and fighting for the lead. And that's what happened. So very happy with this. I would have preferred the outside groove for the restart. My car was faster there, but you know, exiting the second place is a fair position, and you know, I didn't want to crash the leader to make the win. So yeah, second place today. Very happy.
And there you see the maturity of Kevin Lacroix. He does come home second. He loses the points lead, but it's not by much.
I think you've got to say it's a good start to the point series for both Ranger and Lacroix. And I think there's also a mutual respect because Ranger didn't crash Lacroix at CTMP. Lacroix didn't crash Ranger here. All good.
Here's Pete Shepard, who once again finds himself up on a podium finish here at Jukasa Speedway. You seem to like this place.
Yeah, no, it's a great racetrack, great facility, one of the best in the country for sure. You know, our National Exhaust 4 was really good all day, but just didn't have enough of that 27 at the end. But you know, we were coming, but I still think we got a little ways to go still to get there.
He'll take it though. Podium finish for Pete Shepard.
And the Mopar crew celebrating their win here at Jukasa Motor Speedway. Happy bunch.
Okay.
The second round of the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series has been brought to you by E3 Spark Plugs, born to burn, by the Concord Hotel in Quebec City, And by Honeygoo from Clean Flow. One honey of a lube.
Big thank you to Sherry Putnam and Jeff Wilcox from NASCAR, Alex Nagy from Jukasa Motor Speedway for getting this in on a challenging weekend. We head to Chaudière for the Budweiser 300 next.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.